If you think AI is just in Silicon Valley, well, think again, because the biggest AI land grab is happening right here in northern Nevada. TRIC, or the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, is turning desert dust into multi-billion data centers. We're talking jobs, power, and land. And the ripple effects of this is about to hit housing all across the region, and especially in Reno. So whether you own a home or thinking about buying or just want to know what's getting ready to happen, this is worth sticking around for. Hey, I'm Chris Raynor, your go-to realtor for all things Reno. You've probably heard about Google's massive campus, or Switch's Citadel, right? Well, buckle up, because Vantage, Novva, TRACT, and PowerHouse are all joining the party. And these guys aren't rolling in with Teslas. They're coming in with bulldozers, data racks, and billions of dollars. The first openings are going to be in 2026, and construction's already in overdrive. And what's happening is not just industrial growth, this is a caffeine shot for northern Nevada economy, with jobs, utility, and housing all about to feel the buzz. So let's break it all down and show you how this is about to hit the region. So what is TRIC? TRIC is the heavyweight champion of industrial parks. It's considered to be the largest industrial park in the world, coming in with 107,000 acres and now over 900 megawatts of power, along with its own water treatment, rail access, and direct connections to both Highway 50 and 80. It's already home to Tesla, Google, Switch, and blockchains, and now the next generation of data centers. So basically, TRIC is where northern Nevada's economy hits the gym, chugs a protein shake, and is now flexing in front of the mirror. Vantage Data Centers comes in with the $3 billion with a B headliner. That's because in July of 2025, they came in and made an announcement for a 224 megawatt project. Included in this is 4 multi-story buildings, thousands of workers, and enough power to fuel 40,000 homes. Phase 1 is going to open up in mid-2026, and when this happens, the land values around the TRIC and the surrounding areas are going to raise faster than a Bay Area family figuring out that we don't have state income tax. Next on that list is Novva, rolling out 300,000 square foot campus right next to Google and Switch. This is cementing northern Nevada as one of the hottest AI and cloud hubs in the entire West. And let's be real, with this much action, it's making our deserts hotter for AI than Vegas is for bad decisions. Next up is TRACT Data Centers, pulling the land and power play out of this group. And this one's a monster. That's because TRACT's actually scooped up over 11,000 acres right here in northern Nevada. This is including over 8,500 acres for their Peru Shelf Technology Plan. It's going to span over 680 acres, and it comes included with 810 megawatts. They've already locked in 2 gigawatts of power. To put that into perspective, that's enough power for a couple of small countries or every single slot machine in Vegas on a Saturday night. And over the next decade, they plan on investing over $100 billion with a B into that industrial park. $25 billion of that is going to go into infrastructure. We're talking steel, concrete, mechanical, and also electrical. Their model is very simple. Have it shovel ready. They get the land, they do the zoning, and then they hook up the power and the fiber. And that's all so that when companies like Amazon or Microsoft show up, they can just start building out. And the county, well, they're all in. They're getting plans and permits approved in weeks of what normally takes months to accomplish. So yeah, this isn't just any old business park. This is a whole new city raising up right next to us. And finally, we have PowerHouse Data Centers. Their model is both speed and sustainability. PowerHouse is building out 3 buildings for a total of 900,000 square foot campus. And that's coming with a 65 megawatt campus that should be coming online late 2025, with completion set for sometime in 2028. Their focus? Well, it's renewable energy and speed. Basically, build it fast, run it clean, and let's make Silicon Valley jealous. They're helping make TRIC the go-to spot for sustainable AI infrastructure. And if that sounds boring to you, well, just think of it as the future, but with better solar panels. But let's talk about how this is hitting housing, because this is where it gets really interesting. In March of 2025, Representative Mark Amodei reintroduced H.R. 2317. This is the Northern Nevada Economic and Conservation Act. The bill would open up new land for housing and infrastructure, which is a great thing because we needed it yesterday. To put this into perspective, this is our federal lands bill that we're trying to purchase back some of the BLM land here in Northern Nevada. Because as of 2025, there's over 13 million square feet of data centers being built out there in the industrial park. And these projects are requesting over 6 gigawatts of power over the next decade. That's basically like plugging in every house into Reno, Sparks, and your Cousin Eddie's RV at Christmas time. It's forcing a 40% power grid expansion, which is obviously putting a lot of strain on the infrastructure. And with all of this comes a flood of construction workers, tech pros, and investors all looking for housing. Meanwhile, the city of Sparks is already in discussions talking about different zoning rules. They even floated a moratorium on the data centers for this fall. Basically, it's their way of saying, yes, let's build this. We love the growth, but we would prefer not to reboot the entire power grid like it's a Windows 95 computer. And here's the real kicker. For every job created out there at the data centers, it creates approximately 5 more in the Reno and Sparks area. Think electricians, restaurants, and real estate agents, along with all those new coffee houses trying to keep everybody awake. So what happens next is you're about to see a lot more competition at everything at 600,000 and below. Reno and Sparks are going to catch the brunt of this with a little bit of overflow hitting Fernley also. Prices are going to climb, and they're going to climb fast. So if you're looking to sell, well, congratulations, you're holding the winning cards. And if you're looking to buy, well, welcome to the cage fight, where the longer you wait, the more expensive those tickets become. And on the high end, tech executives are already looking at Somerset, Arrow Creek, Matro, and all of South Reno. These neighborhoods are basically the new corporate relocation packs. Bottom line, this isn't hype. This is data-driven demands. And it's getting ready to come faster than your neighbor can say, we should list. But as it pertains to powered water, well, here's a reality check. And we'll start with utilities because these data centers are absolute hogs. One of these sites can actually eat up as much energy as tens of thousands of homes. They already chew through 9% of all the electricity in Nevada, and it's expected to hit 20% by 2029. So yeah, when you open up that power bill, just think, thank you AI. In response to all this, Nevada Energy is already racing to put in new substations and transmission lines also. One Water Nevada is also jumping in on the fight to make sure that we can continue growing without running out of water. And it's one of the most advanced water treatment systems in the entire country. Basically, it's taking all of our wastewater and turning it into a growth strategy. Not sexy? Well, maybe, because when it keeps your grass green and your property values high, it could become your new crush. But here's the trade-off. When all of these data centers come online and they start using millions of gallons of water to keep all those servers cool, well, new construction's going to get delayed. And that's going to equate to longer build times and more expensive hookups. So what that means is when existing homes like yours goes on the market to sell, they become more valuable. But let's talk big picture before you start celebrating. Let's keep it real. These projects take time. Even with all the land and power already ready, these projects to hit full build-outs are going to take years. Expect the big impact to be late 2028 or even possibly 2029. In the meantime, we're going to feel it with more traffic, higher utilities, and a lot of growing pains in the luxury markets at $1.2 million and above. But the silver lining is Reno is still leading the pack. Chasing us is Phoenix, Dallas, and Salt Lake all trying to catch up. But in Nevada, we've got speed, we've got policies, and we've got land on our side. And if Stephen Moran replaces drone prowl in 2026, coupled with rates continuing to drop as most predict, then mix that with job growth and tight supplies, well, those values on our houses are gonna go full beast mode. I hope you're getting a ton of value out of today's video. I love breaking down what's actually shaping Reno, not just the headlines, but also how that's affecting our neighborhoods. So if you're thinking about buying, selling, or just wanna know how this affects your neighborhood, shoot me a text or schedule a time for a free consultation. All of my team and I's information is listed below. I will be happy to jump on a Zoom and demystify all the noise surrounding real estate. And if you're headed out of state, we've got you covered there too. So what do you think? Will AI and all these data centers improve Reno, or do you think it's just gonna make traffic worse before it gets better? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and I'll actually read it and give you a response. And hey, if you haven't seen what's happening in the Reno growth corridors, then you're missing the other half of the story. All this expansion ties all of this together, and it's already affecting property values more than most people realize. I'll break all that down in the next video, so make sure you hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you there. I'm Chris Raynor, your go-to realtor for all things Reno, keeping you ahead of the curve.